Hello everyone and welcome to Uncivil Law. For today's case, we're discussing the case of Dustin Aiea versus Michael Hoxton. This case deals with an excessive force complaint by the police. In this case, the police maced someone without sufficient cause, and so the Court of Appeals is being asked to analyze this. In May 2016, Hoxton went to Aiea's mobile home in Greenup County, Kentucky, to serve him with a court order. Hoxton banged on the front door, but no one answered. Aiea had been in bed, but got up and started to dress when he heard the noise. He peeked out of a window, saw a deputy at the door, and told his girlfriend to get the cell phone and start filming. Aiea thought he heard the deputy trying to turn the front door handle, then heard the same sound at the back door. By that time, Aiea was dressed. He stepped out on the front porch and called to Hoxton. Hoxton then came back to the front of the home and handed Aiea a court order. The cell phone video starts there. For the first 8 seconds, it shows the two men shouting profanities at each other, with Aiea standing on the porch about 3 feet above the ground, and Hoxton a few feet away at the bottom of several porch steps. Aiea accused Hoxton of trying to enter the mobile home and yelled at him to leave. Hoxton cursed right back and told Aiea to come down here, boy. Aiea continued to swear and appeared to point or wave his hands toward Hoxton several times. At the 8-second mark, Hoxton told Aiea that he was under arrest for menacing. At the same time, he sprayed Aiea in the face with 2 bursts of pepper spray. Hoxton then told Aiea to put his hands behind his back, which he did without protest. Then, without handcuffing Aiea, Hoxton took him off the porch, across the driveway, and into the backseat of a cruiser. So here we see that there was 8 seconds worth of interaction, there were some mean words expressed, the police decided to charge someone with menacing, and then decide to mace someone else for no particular reason. Let's read on. The local district attorney charged Aiea with menacing, a state law misdemeanor. A jury acquitted him. Aiea then sued Hoxton and the sheriff's office under 1983 and state law, alleging, among other things, that his arrest had been unlawful and that Hoxton and the sheriff's office then moved for dismissal based on qualified immunity. The district court denied the motion, and this appeal followed. So here there was a lawsuit for 1983 for deprivation of civil rights. The police moved to dismiss on the basis of qualified immunity, but the district court said no, we're not going to dismiss on the basis of qualified immunity. This has to go forward. And so we're at the appeal stage to see if qualified immunity should be given. Hoxton argues that he had probable cause to arrest Aiea and therefore is entitled to qualified immunity on the unlawful arrest claim. Hoxton says he had probable cause to arrest Aiea for menacing, which a person commits when he intentionally places another person in reasonable apprehension of imminent physical injury. Hoxton also argues he was entitled to qualified immunity on Aiea's excessive force claim. The Fourth Amendment protects citizens from excessive force by an arresting officer. Accordingly, an officer may not use pepper spray on a detainee who is not under arrest, is not resisting arrest, and has been subdued. Here the video shows that Hoxton pepper sprayed Aiea at the same time Hoxton arrested him. Thus, Aiea lacked any opportunity to resist arrest before the spray, and the district court, of course, found there was no evidence that Aiea was behaving in an aggressive, threatening way. Taken in the light most favorable to Aiea, the facts therefore show the use of pepper spray was excessive. So here, the police officer is putting you under arrest and at the exact same time is pepper spraying you. And the pepper spray is improper because there's no resist to arrest. There's no threat. There's no force. They seem to be compliant, and yet you're pepper spraying them. But the courts have said this is not proper. You can't do this. You can only use pepper spray when there's a need, and there was no need here, so that makes it excessive force. The decision of the district court, therefore, is affirmed. So that is the end of the case of Dustin Aiea versus Michael Hoxton. In this case, we learn that Michael Hoxton came to serve some court papers, and that some mean words were exchanged, and that some cursing then occurred, and the police officer decided to arrest them for menacing, but then made the critical error of pepper spraying them even though there was no resist to arrest or other threat going on, and so it was excessive force. So the Court of Appeals agrees the case law is clear on this issue. Therefore, there is no qualified immunity because the case law has been clearly established. This will go back to the district court for further factual findings and damages, and that is the end of this case.